Look at that one trader. He's calm. Not because he's lucky, but because he's protected. And look at the crowd behind him. They're loud. They're emotional. They're reacting to every candle. That's the real difference in trading. The crowd trades the market. The professional trades risk. Most traders wake up asking, "How much can I make today?" But the trader who survives asks, "How much can I lose and still come back tomorrow?" Because trading is not a win game. It's a survival game. The market will always give you opportunities. Every session, every week, every month. But your account won't if you don't protect it. A blown account doesn't happen in one trade. It happens in one sentence repeated again and again. Just this once, I'll risk more. This setup is guaranteed. I'll recover quickly. That one sentence is the beginning of the end. Because the market doesn't punish mistakes. It punishes undisciplined mistakes. One loss is normal. Breaking your rules is fatal. Now think about the crowd in the picture. They react to every move. They celebrate too early. They panic too fast. Green candle? They feel brave. Red candle? They feel scared. A small pullback? They think the world is ending. So they jump in. They jump out. They chase. They hope. But hope is not a strategy. Hope is what traders use when they don't have a plan or when they stop respecting it. Now look at the calm trader. Same charts, same market, but his mind is different. He knows one thing the crowd forgets. The goal is not to win big. The goal is to not lose big, because one big win can feel amazing, but one big loss can erase months of progress. That's why he keeps his risk small, so small that no single trade can damage his life. When your risk is small, your mind is clear. You don't pray. You don't panic. You don't rush. You wait. You execute. You move on. But when your risk is big, your emotions take control. Fear makes you exit early. Greed makes you enter late. Ego makes you hold too long. And revenge makes you break every rule you promised to follow. That's why most traders don't lose to the market. They lose to themselves. Not to charts. Not to news. Not to indicators. They lose to impatience. They lose to ego. They lose to uncontrolled risk. Here's the mindset shift. Risk management is not what you do after you become profitable. Risk management is what makes you profitable. If you can control risk, you can control yourself. And if you can control yourself, you can survive long enough to learn. Because skill takes time. Discipline takes time. Confidence takes time. And time only belongs to the trader who stays in the game. That's why the calm trader stands in front, not to fight the market, but to protect his future. The crowd behind him is loud, but loud doesn't win. Control wins. Discipline wins. Survival wins. And that's why, in trading, risk is the real game. Now, let's go deeper into the story. Because every trader starts in the crowd. No one begins as the calm one. At the start, we all react. We all chase. We all believe the next trade will change everything. The crowd is not stupid. The crowd is just emotional. They see someone win big. They hear stories of fast money. They watch screenshots of huge profits. And they think, that can be me. So they jump in, not with a plan, not with patience, but with hope. Hope that the market will be kind. Hope that this time will be different. Hope that they won't be the one who loses. But the market doesn't care about hope. The market rewards preparation. Now imagine one trader in that crowd. At first, he's just like the rest. Excited on green candles. Scared on red ones. Always watching. Always reacting. One day he gets a big win. And that win changes him. Not because of the money, but because of what it does to his mind. He feels special. Smarter than the market. Different from the rest. So next time, he risks more. Another win. More confidence. More ego. Then comes the loss. A big one. And instead of stopping, he tries to get it back. He trades faster. He trades bigger. He trades angrier. Because now it's not about money anymore. It's about pride. And that's how the crowd is born. Not from bad traders, but from undisciplined ones. Now imagine another moment. Same trader. Different day. After enough losses, after enough pain, after enough nights staring at his balance, he stops. Not because he quit, but because he finally starts thinking. He realizes something simple. I don't have a profit problem. I have a control problem. He looks at his history, not for wins, but for mistakes. And he sees the pattern. Big risk, emotional entries, no patience, no limits. So he makes one decision, not to change strategy, not to find new indicators, not to chase new systems, but to change himself. He decides, I will trade small. So small that no trade can hurt me. So small that I can think clearly. At first, it feels useless. The profits are tiny. The growth is slow. There's no excitement. But something else happens. He sleeps better. He thinks clearer. He stops rushing. Because now he's no longer afraid. A loss doesn't scare him. A win doesn't excite him. They are just results of following his rules. Slowly he notices. He waits more. He trades less. He respects his plan. And without realizing it, he steps out of the crowd. Not physically, but mentally. While the crowd still reacts, he starts responding. While they chase, he selects. While they hope, he executes. That's when he becomes the calm trader. Not because the market changed, but because he did. And that's the moment everything starts to shift. Not in the account first, but in the mind. Because in trading, the moment you control risk is the moment you start controlling yourself. And when you control yourself, you stop being part of the noise. And you start becoming the one who lasts. And this is where the story reaches its truth. The calm trader is not special. He is not smarter. He is not luckier. He just made one choice the crowd refused to make. He chose survival over excitement. While others still look for the big win, he looks for the next good decision. While they ask, how much can I make today? He asks, how well can I follow my rules today? Because he understands something simple. Trading is not about beating the market. It's about mastering yourself. The market will always move. News will come. Volatility will rise. Charts will change. But your behavior, that's what decides your future. One day, the crowd will have a big win. They will celebrate. They will feel unstoppable. And the calm trader, he will smile and take his normal profit and walk away because he knows big wins are loud, but consistency is silent, and silence is what builds accounts. Weeks pass, months pass, the crowd is still there. New faces, same emotions, some accounts blown, some hopes broken, some still chasing the dream. But the calm trader, he's still here, not rich overnight, not famous, but growing, slowly, quietly, relentlessly, because he didn't try to change his life in one trade. He changed it, one disciplined decision at a time. And that's when it becomes clear. The real edge was never the strategy. The real edge was the mindset. The crowd thought trading was about predictions. He learned it was about preparation. They tried to control the market. He learned to control himself. They looked for shortcuts. He built habits, and habits built his future. So if you're watching this right now, ask yourself honestly, are you part of the crowd? Reacting, chasing, hoping? Or are you ready to become the calm one? Planning, waiting, executing? Because the market doesn't pay the fastest. It pays the disciplined. It doesn't reward noise. It rewards control. And it doesn't care about your dreams. It respects your habits. So from today, stop trying to impress the market. Stop trying to win big. Start trying to last. Start trying to protect. Start trying to control. Because in the end, the trader who survives is the trader who wins.